Welcome to 20-Year-Old Movie Podcast, a podcast about movies from 20 years ago. And now, your host, Matt Anderson.
Oh, you're playing the movie.
No, I've got the soundtrack.
Oh.
So what I do is I'll intro the podcast with like music from the movie. So a lot of the times it's like
terrifying,
good music.
Yeah.
Like we did
Matt loves film scores.
Men in Black.
Yeah.
But like this is just Howard Shore. And
it was the song Men in Black?
Yeah. My best friend's wedding was Say a Little Prayer.
Oh, that's a good song.
Con Air is
Airplanes in the sky.
Airplanes. It's the Jimmy Buffett. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just start with an episode overview, and I'll play some of that music and introduce you guys.
I feel like we already heard enough of the music.
Oh, you took a lot of notes.
Yeah, I was thinking we'll just start with the plot. We'll play that game, later on.
Oh, yeah.
That happened like ages ago. I'm going to quiz Joel about the 1997 playoffs later on, Shelby.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, the NFL.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you in 1997?
I was 6 years old.
So,
is that true?
Were the Saints in the playoffs back in 97?
No, they were not.
No, they were not.
They were not? Checks out. They were not. They were not.
You were born in 91?
I was born in 91,
Baby.
everybody. Yeah. I'm the 90s.
86.
Guys, remember the 90s? I don't. I was too young.
All right. Well, okay. So this week we watched the game.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording. I've been recording for 3 minutes, but
Wait, you have been?
We got that whole Ricky bit, you idiot.
I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to use that.
Hey, you didn't say off the record.
Yeah, you have to say off the record.
Yeah, idiot.
Off the record, on podcasts I play a character called Ricky the and I either yell at a man. You can't use any of that.
Do you want me to bleep it out?
Just that part. The other stuff was clearly on the record.
Yeah, just
okay,
bleep out the word retard, so they'll think it's just like Romanian or something.
Okay. Joel Walkowski.
Shit's stupid.
Shelby Taylor. My guests this week, and we watched the David Fincher film, The Game.
Wow, what a movie.
Yeah.
What
a great puzzle-themed film.
Yeah.
I know, Shelby, you missed the first half of
I did. I missed the first half of the whole movie.
What do you think would have been in that half?
I think there was probably a lot of emotion.
No, just catch us up. Start the movie. Kick us off with the movie, Shelby. What's the plot for those who haven't seen the first half?
The movie is about a rich guy who gets conned into playing a game,
mm-hmm.
and he agrees to do it for no reason that I can discern.
That's kind of accurate, though.
Yeah, I think he does it because his dad died.
Okay, so his dad dies,
and his brother got him the gift. So
yeah, his brother was
felt
Conrad
obligated to do it.
Yeah, Conrad, the younger brother.
Yeah, it's Sean Penn.
Yes, Sean Penn is a brother. And he gets him a gift of a game because their dad died.
Movie. Sean Penn plays a brother.
Okay, all right. That was Ricky.
It wouldn't be as offensive
Nice.
as what he did in I Am Sam.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. That was pretty much the beginning. You didn't miss much. I mean, you missed the first hour, but it was the slow burn hour.
That seems like, I feel like I got the gist of it from the last last hour.
There is like a great scene in the beginning of the movie
that doesn't occur.
No, I'll get to that.
Oh, you're gonna talk about the elevator scene?
Yeah, there's this. One of the first scenes, he drives home and there's like a body in front of him that's like reminiscent of his father's death that happened when he was a kid, and it's this wooden clown. And he finds a key in the clown's mouth. Mm-hmm. It turns out to be a camera. He talks with this newscaster. So when it starts getting like eerie, it's like the inciting incident. But later on in the movie, he uses the key in an elevator. And he turns to this woman who he's chasing with. He's like, I found it in a wooden clown's mouth.
Just like it cuts the tension so hard.
And he doesn't explain it any further.
Yeah, I didn't miss much.
It's so funny. It's the funniest line in a movie.
That's
I think.
great.
No, and it starts off, there's like David Fincher, he is a bit of a formalist by nature, so it starts off with a really heavy-handed title sequence. It's puzzle pieces, and they just break apart.
Yeah,
I can't.
it's the game.
And then it goes to old-timey footage of the family.
Yep.
Cross-cut with like images of the fall, so you really get that like
So his
very
dad committed
serious
suicide by
tone.
jumping off of a building.
So you see the like silhouette of somebody falling off of a building?
Yeah, this movie is kind of like if the Da Vinci Code took one philosophy class and it was all it talked about.
Just insane.
Dissected and regurgitated. Yeah, well, this is a David Fincher film sandwiched in between two in the 90s. We had Seven, which happened beforehand, and then
Lucky number 11?
no, not Slevin. No,
Wait, this is a
Seven
different
with
movie?
Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Yeah, and there's that obese guy with his head in spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh, this seems very old. Is this the Seven Deadly Sins
Yes.
one? Oh, yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, it's like Kevin Spacey's first major role, like,
Yeah, Creepster 10,000.
That's cool.
and it's like a good Brad Pitt role. He wrestles those dogs. He's very likable. He's like, you
Yep.
really root for him. He does a good job.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely
One of my favorite movies, actually.
Great.
I'll check it out.
Watch it right now.
So that came out in 1995. This
Oh,
one,
you should have done the 22-year-old movie podcast.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
yeah. Well, maybe if this ever became successful enough, I could have a Patreon, and we could do Seven.
Ugh.
And then so this happened in 1997, and then Fight Club 2 years later in 1999 was also Fincher.
Oh, this guy like really loves to be real tricky. Huh? That's his thing.
Yeah, he plays a lot of games with his audiences.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like he knows what he's trying to say in his movies, and he's like this guy who's a master. Hey, do you like David Fincher? He did The Social Network,
He did Zodiac.
I did like Zodiac.
Gone Girl.
Oh, Gone Girl was
Is that the one on the train?
No,
No.
that's the girl on the train. Gone Girl's
Ben
the one where
Affleck.
Ben Affleck shows his hog.
Oh, right. Where she like
Oh yeah.
was that his thing was on it?
Yeah. Affleck
When?
showed his Damon in the
don't think
shower. I saw
You don't
see
remember
what-
that?
Let's just
I
say
don't
my
remember
favorite
that.
part of the movie is where he shows you where he keeps his Oscar.
I hate them so much.
He's
Get 'em
got
out.
two of them, baby.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, I don't remember that scene in Gone Girl, but I remember seeing the movie.
Yeah, I mean Fincher is like he's got a case for like best American director today. All his movies are very watchable, very like kind of glitzy and like stories move fast. You know, they can't hear you rolling your eyes. You are well aware this is a podcast.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
you-
guys. I was
you giving me
hard rolling
visual-
my eyes at Joel the whole time.
Joel sounded great.
Hard rolling. Have you guys seen a little man named Quentin Tarantino? Okay.
Yeah, he's a good director too.
He's all right.
I
He's pretty
think
good.
he's a little better than Fincher.
Yeah, but you can like one without that taking away from another.
I don't think so.
Shelby likes to compare everything.
Yeah.
So
And like I think there is a case. I think Fincher is probably a better director than Tarantino. I don't think Tarantino has anything as good
I
as
just
Zodiac.
named another director.
let's compare the two 97 movies real fast. So what would you rather have
Con
in your
Air.
collection?
Okay, which one?
Jackie Brown or The Game?
See Jackie Brown.
Oh, I like Jackie Brown, but last time I saw it, like I was staying on my dad's farm, and he had a heart attack, so I had to sell my RV and go take care of him. But in exchange for it, let me take his oxycodone. So I took that, and I really liked Jackie Brown.
Who directed the film to Joel's life? Is that like, do you think that would be the same guy who directed Into the Wild?
Oh, that'd be sick.
I feel like
So many moving
Just
parts
some
in that setup
weird-
of that story.
odd blue lit indie film.
Yeah, but no, I was on my dad's pain pills, and I really did enjoy Jackie Brown. And to be fair, I would need to rewatch this movie under the influence of my dad's pain pills to get a fair judgment. And
That's
also
true.
because I'm addicted to pills.
Because the pain is
Did you have chores to do on the farm at all?
Yeah. I had to take care of the farm, but I wasn't like man enough to do it. Like we had to kill a llama once, and I didn't have that in me, so I just went to the neighbor's house and be like, "Hey, can you help me out? You just go
Could you
kill
help
this
me
llama."
kill an animal?
Yeah,
Wow.
Why did the llama have to go?
it broke its leg and it couldn't get up.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah,
What about a prosthetic?
I mean, it's just a different part of the world, like it's farmland in rural Indiana. So like a llama's life is worth about like maybe $200.
$200.
No, a llama's not
see.
$8,000.
I'm from the
Yeah.
farmland of Baton Rouge, Louisiana,
Yeah.
and we just feed our crippled animals to the alligators.
Couldn't we get him one of those
Yeah,
prosthetics that let him run? Like one of those little bouncy prosthetics.
Aw.
I know you have a sweet Midwestern sensibility. I don't know how to put this, but no one gives a fuck enough to save this llama's life. It's a matter of economic interest for my dirt poor father.
Oh.
We could
my
put it on
God.
wheels.
I mean, we could have sold
You
those
don't think
pain
you
pills,
could-
but I wasn't doing that.
Right.
I was damn.
Right.
I had Jackie Brown to watch. Damn it.
Yeah.
I was
And-
like, I don't know what a real man is, so maybe I can learn from watching Max Cherry.
Yeah. It was good. I like when De Niro shot that woman in the parking lot.
Hey, spoiler.
It's 20 years old. It's fine.
Sorry, I like that spot when De Niro shot that woman outside of a store where she keeps her car.
Okay, all right. We're done here. What's the next question?
Yeah, what?
All right.
Yeah, why did you bring up Jackie Brown? This is a podcast about the game.
Well, you guys were discussing Tarantino versus Fincher.
I got two gripes with this podcast. As of this
Let's
point.
hear him right now.
One,
Get him out.
You didn't tell me when it started.
Uh-huh.
And two, it's been more about the film Jackie Brown rather than the one we just watched.
That is not true. We have discussed the plot of the game.
What movie did we watch?
Shut up. Shut up, yeah. So yeah, let's just run down the rest of the plot real fast for anybody that hasn't watched. So like he does this game and it's like a trick until the very end. Plot twist. He jumps off the building, mimicking his own father's, suicide.
That's how his dad died too.
Yeah, he recreates his father's death because that's the only way rich evil white men can get their kicks.
Or get
Right.
over it.
They're so rich they can't feel anything, so he had to go to such extremes just to like break through and feel human emotion.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, so he falls
get
through all this glass and onto this little bag,
It's a pretty
good
big bag.
10 stories, you might say.
Yeah.
And
he
then
doesn't
everybody
die.
claps for him.
He doesn't die.
He doesn't
Totally
die.
fine.
His brother's not dead. He didn't kill his brother, Sean Penn.
Thank God.
Yeah,
And-
nothing went wrong in this movie. They had a very thin margin for error, but CRS, it seemed
The
like they did
company behind the game, yeah.
it seemed like they did a good job at what they do.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were talking about earlier, like you would really thought like that could be a thing that's actually happening.
Yeah, I think it's something that like people would do. Like, I don't think Martin Shkreli would be in prison right now if the game was like a service that was available.
That's true.
Right?
If he had an outlet.
Yeah, like, oh no, there's a clown in your house, Martin.
There's no way they'd be able to make it
He
as
would
good
be
as
like-
the Fincher movie.
No, but like, there's a camera on that Wu-Tang record, and it's recording him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I got to go on a date with a reporter on Tinder. And then she takes him to a helicopter.
Sure.
And they're like, all your pills now cost $1. And he's like, no.
No.
And he is in prison. He might be in the game right now. This might exist. And it's like as good as advertised in this film.
Right.
Oh, fuck. Speaking of advertisement in this film.
Oh, right.
The best fucking part. It's like... It's like towards the end of the movie. It's like it's like right around the climax. He shows up in San Francisco. He's walking down the street, and there is a Baskin Robbins truck. It's so big.
Slow drives across the screen.
Yeah, fills the entire screen.
For like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a percentage of the film, not a large one, but it says no other focus. And it's such a big truck. You can tell it was created for
the movie.
Yeah.
Like Baskin Robbins does not sell so much ice cream, they require 53-foot trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was my first job growing up. I worked for a Baskin Robbins.
Oh, really?
They got a lot of ice cream.
Yeah, but how big?
31 flavors worth for each store? That's a lot. That's a lot, buddy. And no way that they had a truck that big. That's absolutely absurd. But it was a great product placement. Like,
yeah, how big was your regular shipment?
I
don't remember.
And it is such like a series. This movie takes such strides to be like serious and solemn. And then they just do like a goofy ad for an ice cream store.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there were a few moments in it that were kind of took you out of it. But
what were those for you?
Like that Baskin Robbins truck.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, what else took you out of it?
Yeah, what else took you out of it, Shelby?
You guys are saying he made some stupid joke with a clown in an elevator? Like what an idiot.
What about that T-shirt at the end?
Where he's holding the T-shirt?
I got drugged and left in Tijuana, and all I got was a stupid T-shirt.
And you know what bothered me about that shirt? The font was too big. It wouldn't be wearable.
Right. It looked really shitty, like iron-on.
It wasn't
font.
in his size.
Like, I'll wear a novelty T-shirt, but it's got to look good, you know?
And they really implied that the cost was going to be, like, very substantial. Like, when they're, like, after the falling action, no pun intended, after the conclusion, like, they're, like, fighting over who pays the bill for the game.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you want to split it? And he's like, he saw the bill. Whoa. Yeah.
But I thought his brother didn't have money.
No, they both had money. He was freaking out because he got his identity stolen. And they're, like, drained his bank accounts, too. They're both rich. You know, their last name are Van Orton.
And I thought this was interesting. Like, it was a movie set among rich guys in the Bay Area, and tech wasn't mentioned at all.
Yeah.
97 for you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if this movie was made today, like, the whole thing would be about some stupid-ass app.
Yeah, the whole thing
my
would
God,
be like...
totally.
It would be like The Social Network or something.
My father fell off the roof because he was chasing a Pokemon Go. Good Bay Area movie, though, too. And I was thinking 97... This is probably the same universe as that movie The Fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes, Benicio del Toro.
Yep.
And they're both like San Francisco movies right around this time, so they could have crossed paths.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's really negative. I think it's possible, Joel.
I just don't think that's possible.
And you know what? You know what really took me out of this film?
What?
Well, I had this memory of this movie, right?
Oh, yes. All right, go ahead.
Vividly, I remember there being a scene where Michael Douglas was like trying to explain what went on. He's like, yeah, I took the test. I gave my piss to the piss man. And it was a big inside joke for me and all my friends. When I was in school, we all talked about the piss man.
Right.
Some guy in my class even got like the piss man nickname.
Wait,
you guys really went all in on this false memory.
No, we gave this guy Brett the nickname Piss Man.
All right, so the shout out to Brett.
And I watched this movie, and at no point does Michael Douglas say Piss Man.
At no point.
Yeah.
He even rewound to several scenes, which no luck.
Yeah, and I was texting like my college roommates, like, "Yo, does Michael Douglas say Piss Man in the game?" And they just texted back like, "Yo, it's 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. I'm married and have a job."
Yeah, he never says it. It's a false memory. We're saying it's like the Mandela effect. You know, the effect where
Mandela effect.
I don't think it's Mandela.
Yeah, I think we remember it differently.
Jesus Christ. I really want to believe you that Piss Man happened.
Piss Man obviously didn't happen. That's the most I've ever paid attention to a movie, just because I like needed to hear him say "Piss Man" to remind myself that my brain hasn't been ruined through the years.
It has.
And
Yeah,
it has.
truly has.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have my wealth and good looks to fall back on. So, let's count our blessings.
Yeah. Life is all
roll of the
about
eyes.
building wealth.
So, Matt, did you enjoy this movie?
Oh, man, I loved it. It reminded, like, I'd already seen it. I think Shelby was the only one that hadn't. And she's only seen half now.
Yeah, it was fine.
But I really enjoyed it. That was like one of my first psychological thrillers from when I was a kid.
Love a good psych thriller.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I think there's just way too much mental energy spent. Like, just tell me, I don't know.
But this one was smart enough and well stylized enough that it really justified the ride.
Yeah, you went on a roller coaster at the end.
I
Remember what you said?
I think I really got burned by Eternal Sunshine and watching that and being like,
Wait,
this was a lot.
Are you talking about the space movie?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like that was like a psychological thriller, but it like went like for too long. And it was like, okay, well, this was a lot. And then after that, it's like, I just don't want this much.
And they're both movies that like go out of their way to mess with your mind.
Yeah, they just it's like stop it. You know what I mean? It's like,
get out of my brain.
Don't tease me.
Jeez.
Anyway, so what did I say at the end though?
Yeah, at the end you were like, wait a second, what film did you make me watch? When he's like killing himself and he killed his brother and that you thought that was how it ended. And if you cut the movie off there.
But the important word is film. See, you didn't even like this, but you respected it.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect that I couldn't do it myself. That's neat, but it was a fine movie. It really was. Like, I wouldn't have felt bad if I paid for it in theaters.
Yeah, well, it was well received by critics like Roger Ebert and major periodicals like the New York Times.
Did he get 2 thumbs way up?
Oh,
well, he couldn't do that at that point in his life. So
yeah,
he
got he's a little old.
he blew into a straw with some fervor.
Yeah, either his partner's dead or he had a stroke.
Okay, moving on.
That's why you asked me to do this pod. I come in with world-class riffs, ripping on a man who I respect deeply.
What did it get on Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh,
the far superior rating.
It got a beefsteak.
Beefsteak tomato. I got a 71% based on 52 surveyed critics. Yep. With a critic score of 61 out of 100.
Yeah, this is... Go ahead, Shelby.
Sorry, no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I acquiesce to you.
Do any of those bitches say why they gave it that low of a score?
Oh, man. The hard-hitting questions. This was ranked number 44 on Bravo's top 100 scariest movie moments. So.
What's the scary moment?
When he jumps off the building. When he shoots his brother.
Yeah, the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Number 44, which is good. That's respectable, I guess.
Yeah. And, I guess it was a pretty good movie. It had some tremendous elements. It was very well shot. It had a wonderful atmosphere. The sound design was pretty good. And it's like the last time Michael Douglas was hot.
He was very hot.
Yeah, Shelby said it like unprompted. Like you said it first. And then Shelby came
really?
in later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is, though.
Yeah. Oh man, I would give him cancer.
I would give.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got some Michael Douglas.
You're gonna have to have your throat removed, Mister. By the time I'm done with you.
Yeah, did he say you got throat cancer from conolingus?
Yeah,
conolingus. Wait,
conolingus. Yeah, he's a
I went to grammar school with him.
Baby. Colin Lingus. Yeah. Yeah, he throat cancer.
Wait, who said that?
Michael Douglas he accused
Michael Douglas said, yeah, I got my throat cancer from eating out Catherine Zeta-Jones.
No,
yeah, he did. He blamed his throat cancer on eating pussy.
Yeah, which is a baller thing to say, kind of.
Yeah.
From Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Absolutely. She's angelic.
I was thinking of Renee Zellweger. Sorry.
The human squint, Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, Joel. That act sounded like a cigarette.
You know, you can actually do
Sounds
a
like Jack
great
Nicholson.
Renee Zellweger impression. All you have to do is take a selfie of yourself mid-sneeze, and it's very accurate.
Okay, well, I am not going to stand for this podcast standing against Renee Zellweger. So let's
Jerry
move on.
Jerry Maguire is one of my favorite movies. She got a sneeze face.
Cold Mountain.
Yeah, you know, you're going to catch a cold up on that mountain. Achoo.
Okay, you got to keep going.
This podcast has gone off the... There's no way anyone is still listening to this.
What do you mean? We've got a bunch of game fans out there. Where are our gamers at?
All right, host, keep us on the rails.
All right.
You got to keep us in check.
All right. The Guardian referred to his HPV diagnosis. No, I'm kidding. All right. Okay, so let's do some game facts. Or
Okay.
actually, do you want to go back in time a little bit? Go back to 1997?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I'm just glad John Bonet's still alive.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, what a cutie. All right. Thank you for the sound effects and lovely voice, Jill and Shelby. But for this segment, we're going to talk about the 1997 Super Bowl. All right. So I'm going to give Joel some of the teams, and he's going to guess the bracket and what happened. He is our super sports
So
fan.
we're not even talking about the game anymore?
No, we're talking about the game.
From 1997.
Oh, okay. So to preface this, it's funny because it's a game that they're talking about also.
I host the podcast 20-year-old football game.
Crossover podcast.
All right, Joel. Here are the seeds. Ready? In the AFC, number 1 seed, we got Denver.
Denver Broncos, they lost to Jacksonville.
We've got New England Patriots number 2, the Pittsburgh Steelers number 3.
Okay, the Patriots beat the Steelers in the divisional round. Then they beat the
Patriots beat the
Broncos. And who were the wild card matchups?
All right,
the Jaguars won the wild card game.
I'm gonna give you the matchups because you're coming at me too fast with these guesses.
Don't look, Joel.
All right.
You know, a puzzle piece is the same symbol for both the film, the game, and my autism.
Thank you, Joel. All right. Okay, so we got Jacksonville versus Buffalo on December 28th.
Jacksonville won.
Of
course.
30-27.
Yeah, they did. I remember that. We bought a new microwave that day.
Damn. Well, let's see how you remember this one.
My parents brought it home at halftime. My father brought it in while wearing a red shirt.
We've got... Shelby, are you impressed?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. We've got December 29th, Indianapolis versus Pittsburgh.
Oh, shit. That's the one where Jim Harbaugh almost won it on the Hail Mary, but he didn't, right?
Not even close. It was a blowout.
Oh, but Pittsburgh won, correct?
Yeah. Yep. Pittsburgh won 42-14. Let's see here. Charles Johnson.
And then Pittsburgh went on to lose to New England, correct?
That's correct.
And
Jacksonville went on to...
Jacksonville beat Denver in a stunner, and then Jacksonville lost to New England in the Super Bowl.
No, that's the divisional.
Yeah, the conference championship. Sorry.
Nice. Well done, Joel. Give him a round of applause
Who won
so far.
the Super Bowl?
The Green Bay Packers won 35-21.
Yes,
Desmond Howard was the MVP.
That's right. That's right. Congratulations, Joel. So that's one half of the bracket. Now let's go back and down the ladder and let's see if you can get the other side.
Green Bay won the NFC.
It's so sad that this is your Rain Man gift. Out of all the things it could have been.
He'd probably crush it in trivia. You bring this guy.
Yeah, I remember. I know every dumb thing.
What's another dumb thing you know, Joel?
Well, I don't know. You just have to ask me, then I'll know stuff.
Right. You gotta buy your own Joel, and you'll find out what he knows.
I know like Oscar winners and stuff.
Nice.
I know. I remember like license plates from people I grew up with. Like
Shelby.
It's creepy.
All right. Okay. Minnesota versus Dallas. This is a wild card.
That's a tough one. I think Minnesota won.
Oh, you are incorrect.
No, that's what did Gary Anderson miss a kick?
No, the score was 15-40. Dallas blew out Minnesota.
Darn it all.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a sports fan.
I think you got like people like Brad Johnson on that team, Ampley and Chris Carter.
Oh, I hated those Vikings teams.
Okay, so next wild card, we got Philadelphia versus San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco won.
Yep, 14-0. Doesn't matter because both of the wild cards lost.
Okay, and then what's the next matchup?
You got Dallas and Carolina.
Okay, so Carolina beat Dallas.
Right.
And then Green Bay beat
San Francisco. Right.
And then Green Bay beat Carolina.
Yep.
Man, I got that one wrong.
Yeah,
that
just
sucks.
one wild card. You know, that's really impressive, though, because that's only one wild card you missed.
I don't think I watched that game.
I mean, overall, I'm impressed. Shelby's also impressed. Stunned silently, in fact.
That was pretty cool.
This was like an iconic Super Bowl, I think, because like I saw a picture of Brett Favre, though. You know that one where he's like running with his helmet. Do you know? Have you seen that one,
I've
Shelby?
seen him in those jeans.
Just to tie it back, this was around the time where Brett Favre was taking a lot of pain pills.
That's right.
They looked good in those jeans.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy.
Yeah.
He's good in Something
dude.
About Mary. Is that 97?
No.
99, huh?
Yeah, it's something like
I
that.
think it was early 2000s.
No way.
I will be fact checking that, but Shelby, give Joel a round of applause for almost being perfect.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Wow, everyone gets a participation trophy these days, huh?
You let her talk to you like that?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem with our country today.
These participation trophies.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good idea because like I don't know when this will be coming out.
Babe, what else did you want to talk about this movie?
Okay, so Something About Mary, 1998.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Well, basically it's the early 2000s. I mean, it was right around the corner.
Well, host, what's next on the agenda?
All right. Well, so we did some news. We've covered the plot. I figured we'd talk a little bit about David Fincher and Michael Douglas. And then, you know,
I got cancer from eating pussy.
I'll let you, we'll start with Michael Douglas then.
Make sure you mark this one as NSFW.
NSFW.
Not safe for women.
It's actually
Not safe for wussies.
marked explicit.
All right, sick.
So we're just going to talk about Michael Douglas'
He was,
career.
by the way, not Charlie Sheen's dad. Okay.
He looked like it though for a second.
Yeah.
And kind of where he went and where he was in '97 and where he went.
Yeah.
To
Where did he go? He
throat
went down.
cancer is where he ended up. But
I only care about one Michael Douglas. Well, two. I care about the game Michael Douglas. I think it's a wonderful performance.
yeah,
I think it's multifaceted and it's a lot of depth in like what could be like an unintentionally funny role. I think this is like a surprisingly hard to pull off performance.
I think so. I think he did a good job with what he had.
And not that many people naturally look as rich as he does.
God, he looks very rich.
yeah,
Yeah, like he has that Pat Riley vibe down.
yeah. He does.
Pat, and you know, it does kind of like they were paying him to be Michael Douglas because like the audience had already seen him in Wall Street, so it's so easy to
Right.
associate him
He's such
into
a
this
good
role.
businessman kind of role. Yeah.
Oliver Stone directed
Wait,
Wall
what
Street.
was your second Michael
Oh,
Douglas?
I love Behind the Candelabra. I think it's one of the most wonderful films. Great performances all around. And then there's a
What's
wonderful.
that one?
It's the scene where Michael Douglas plays Liberace and
Yeah.
Matt Damon is his lover.
Okay.
I can't wait
That
to watch
was
that.
recent.
I know that's on Netflix now, and I really want to see it.
Oh, is it on
Yeah.
Netflix?
It might not be Netflix. It might be Hulu. Actually, but
HBO
it's
made it, so it's on HBO.
Oh, it's on HBO.
Yeah, it's amazing.
so many
Actually,
sites.
it's kind of a dark comedy. It's twisted.
Nice.
But it's good.
Yeah,
Is
it's
there
wonderful.
is there sex in it?
Yeah,
Nice.
you know, Jake Head and I are actually incorporating Liberace into a new project of ours.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's it about?
Well, it's halftime
On the
performance for basketball games. And the pitch is
All right.
Harlem Globetrotters, but you want your money back. So we dress up as Elvis and Liberace, and we play one-on-one. And the twist is we're kind of okay at basketball.
Okay.
We're pretty good. It's decent, and we're in these costumes for reasons unbeknown.
Yeah.
So is now a good time to plug my Patreon.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good tip for the halftime
Please
show.
support that.
I saw Michael Douglas's wife, her the cancer puss. When I was
the cancer puss, Catherine Zeta. I wanted
Were
to.
they married?
Yeah, they're still married.
Oh.
All right, before you move on, I just want to touch on he won
Liberace.
for Wall Street. He won an Academy Award for Best Actor.
Yeah, who can forget Gordon Gekko? And that movie was pretty good,
Yeah.
but I just remember it because it has like a Talking Heads song as the end credits.
Well,
What? Oh,
Home, it's where I wanna be. I want
Okay.
to be home.
well, this is stupid because the best Michael Douglas was clearly the American president, Michael Douglas. I mean,
oh wow, the older Michael Douglas, Shelby.
yeah.
Isn't that like kind of like his dad years?
I think he was
That was
still
a transition
fine.
to
Oh, wait.
dad years.
Yeah, okay. American President was earlier than the game. It was 1995.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was hot in it, so it makes sense.
Did you like him in Basic Instinct?
Never saw it.
Oh, I think that's really hot that you didn't see it.
He never had a turn as an action star, did he?
No, he was in Romancing the Stone, which is an action / comedy / romance movie.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's his turn? Him and Kathleen Turner?
Was it Kathleen Turner? I'm not 100% sure. You tell me.
Yeah, it was. Thanks, host of the podcast.
Idiot.
You need to.
I'm sorry I don't have a Joel brain that
man, you
locks
need-
up all this information.
You need to hire CRS to organize your damn podcast.
Okay, move on.
I mean, honestly, if you have all that information in your brain, I would hire you in a second just to be like, Joel, just like always get the facts from the facts
You know
guy.
Google exists. You can
Well-
just type it into a computer now.
The computers aren't as fast as Joel.
Okay.
4640,
We need to move
bro.
on.
Yeah. This is your John Henry moment for you to beat the machine.
Oh, yeah, what if I just threw your blender off the roof?
Hey, Shelby, how you doing over there?
I'm doing great. What's your next question?
All right. Like, I want to talk about Michael Douglas. Like, other than like you thought he was hot. Like, do you know any
What
other
else
movies?
is there? Look at what he was wearing. I mean, what else do you want me to say?
I waited on his wife at the Lego store once, and she was very beautiful.
Was it Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Yeah, it was Catherine Zeta-Jones.
You can say her name. You don't have to identify her by his wife. She's
Or-
got her
or
own
cancer
career,
puss,
Joel.
as you called
And
it
you know, if
earlier.
I ever get cancer, it's probably from being that close to her pussy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like I was like a first
Yikes.
responder at 3 Mile Island. I remember she was there with her son, Henry. I waited on them on a brisk December day. Oh, that's
What did they
another
order?
part about the game, actually. Sorry. Well, there was a scene where Michael Douglas is having the game explained to him by Sean Penn,
Mm-hmm.
and he just keeps bringing up iced tea. Like to the
Yeah.
waiter, he's like, "Yeah, can I have some
Not
iced
the
tea?
rapper,
Where's
Shelby."
this iced tea?"
Can I have some iced tea, please?
Yeah, he just kept on wanting iced tea.
And they don't tell you why?
No.
It's never explained.
Yeah. He also has like a good amount of things spilled on him throughout the movie.
Yeah, like like the game is this vast, like intricately organized $1 million operation, but the first 4 levels are all just like, "We ruined your shirt, bitch.
Yeah.
You got ink stains over your nipples. Now you got wine on your blouse.
Yeah.
We CRS, motherfucker." And then they're like, we're gonna reenact the death of your father.
Yeah.
Get to that.
It goes,
Yeah.
0 to...
Yeah, it goes from shirt stains to fucking wooden clown.
Yeah, they get it to the point where he decides he wants to leave this earth because he commits suicide. And then he goes to a party at the end, and no one's like, "Oh, you were about to kill yourself."
Wait, so
Yeah.
why is he grateful for this?
We don't know if he is. I think he just wants to get laid. Honestly, we were talking about it. The only reason he went on this adventure is to get laid to that.
I think it was so unprofessional of her to ask him to come and get coffee with her. It's like you had a job and he is your client.
At the very end of the movie,
it's like,
she's like, "You want to get coffee?" Fade to black.
It's like, come on, get it together. Stop drooling. I know he's hot.
Yeah, the answer like, you want to get coffee? I only drink iced tea.
Fade to black.
But honestly,
Man, they didn't even stay on tea brand, like.
It was hard. I know it was hard to watch. I never knew.
You established that the Van Ortons are a family of motherfucking tea drinkers.
He does the thing with the water bottle where he sends it back to the waitress because he's still rich at heart.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He's in a restaurant with his ex-wife and he's like apologizing to her. And then he's like, and then this nice, unassuming waitress brings him a water that he asked for, but the top's already screwed off. Anyway, he
With
flips
ice.
out, even though like he's in the middle of Mexico.
But
I don't know, he's still a
he
rich
got
jerk.
drugged already in the movie.
Yeah, and he didn't. That was like them showing like he didn't trust anyone. He's like, "This is the game."
I thought he just didn't like the water was already touched.
It's like a character
He
trait.
thought he was getting poisoned.
Yeah, he had already
I
been
wasn't
poisoned
on
like
board
4
with
times
that.
by that point.
Oh, that's funny. I
There was a
wasn't.
scene where he got diarrhea in Mexico. I was
Right.
sputtering like a broken milkshake.
Shelby.
Was that the conversation you wanted to have about Michael Douglas?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Great.
I want your guys' Michael Douglas. I want to see the snapshot of what you know of Michael Douglas. So it's obviously the president for Shelby. Did you know any other movies of him?
For sure. Wasn't he in Mighty Ducks?
No. Not at all.
Name some other ones. I'm sure. I know I've seen other Michael Douglas films.
Well, Romancing the Stone.
no, I'm talking about ones I would know.
Okay. Black Rain, Basic Instinct, Wonder Boys, Solidarity Man, Ant-Man. He was an Ant-Man.
Wasn't he in something really silly?
What do you mean? Behind the Candelabra.
Yeah, that was pretty silly.
Traffic. Remember that one?
No.
Soderbergh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been in very many good movies. It seems like.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
they're
just
all like
know him from
dramas.
award shows.
Yeah, they're all like kind of high end fluff. He was in those George Clooney movies that
I
like
thought he was
seem
in-
good
Yeah.
but are kind of shitty.
I thought he was in a sports movie.
Was it Sports the movie?
No.
He played a volleyball.
No, it was the game. I'm sorry. How many times can you make that joke?
A lot, apparently.
But yeah, I would say that was my snapshot of Michael Douglas. I knew him from Romancing the Stone. Like my sister loved that movie growing up, and it was like
Was there sex in it?
yeah, she's a romance novelist.
Oh, that's why.
So she writes this like gushy story, and then she gets stranded, and he's like basically this story that comes to life to her. And it's like at the end, it's like you're reading the novel.
Oh,
I
it's a
believe.
romance?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
This stone is the clitoris, and it gives you cancer.
I didn't realize. I want to see that.
Yeah, well, I
Hey,
mean, it's
wait.
like a thing. Like one of the only movies I could agree with my sister about, and I want to hear about Ricky.
When you romance that stone, you
Stop.
might
This wasn't worth it, Joel.
No, go down that road.
you might not want to put it in your mouth
No.
because when you put this stone in your
It's not
mouth
gonna be
and
worth
you,
it.
you suck it on it, you will get
Yeah.
case of lumpy throat.
Yeah.
It was very little payout.
You're gonna get tumors on your damn neck.
That was Michael Douglas. Oh man. Well, he looked young as shit. Wait, do you guys want to guess how old he was real fast?
69.
50.
69. He was born in 1944.
Gross.
So he was 52.
Yeah, he's in his 50s.
Nobody can do that math.
53.
Huh?
He was 53.
53.
52, but if you count, it was filmed a year before.
Cool.
Well, we don't know when the filming was.
Ooh, probably a year before, though. You're right, though. You're absolutely right. All right, let's talk about Fincher now. I was excited once I found out this film was David Fincher because like I don't really know his work as well as I thought I did. I was like you were about to speak, and it was just a yawn.
Well, I heard he owned a lobster called the Fincher Pincher.
What's that?
No, David Fincher, he's one of the best directors working today. I thought we touched on him a little bit.
Yep.
I mean,
Let's hit him hard.
Well, he came out very strong because he had an Aliens movie, which is like the mark of a great director. Then Seven was just such a commercial hit.
Yep.
And then this was just another commercial hit.
And then you have Fight Club.
Then he got a little bit more like experimental and really had some ideas he was playing with. Then what was after that? Panic Room.
Did he do Pan's Labyrinth?
No, that was Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Joel's brain.
Panic Room had a sick like opening title sequence that's similar to the game one too. Like it's just the title's like placed in the city really nicely.
What about Hiatus? Did you like that
What's
one?
Hiatus? I haven't seen that.
No, neither did I. I was just looking at these.
Are you sure Wikipedia isn't telling you that he stopped working for a minute? Did he go on hiatus?
Oh my God, no. No, that's too funny. I have to leave that. Fuck you, Joel. Oh, God damn it. Man, this movie Hiatus sounds great.
The ditziest person I've ever loved.
Do you want to take over the rest of the episode, Shelby?
We're not going to go better than that. Thank you guys for listening.
You take over the end.
I'm going to take over for a distraught Matt Anderson. Shelby, do you have anything to plug?
No, don't end the episode yet. Don't end it yet.
What puts this in the context of 1997? What about this movie do you feel like really you could tell like signs of the time, like things that maybe would have been approved in 2017? Like to me watching it, I'm like, this movie could have been made yesterday and it holds up.
Well, there was one scene that I think was different. Well, there was one part he stopped a trans person from going to the bathroom they wanted, and everyone just clapped for him.
Is that true?
Yeah,
it happened in the first half, Shelby. You really...
Wait, I can't tell if y'all are joking with me.
No, they were
You have
just
to see
setting
this
him up
movie.
to be
David
a hero.
Fincher was like super ahead of his time.
That's
I did hear that.
insane.
I have a trans friend, and they told me David Fincher was transphobic because of Zodiac.
Right. Yeah.
Because they show the dildo too long.
Might be true.
Okay, I'll close this out here with how the movie was developed, and you guys can offer your final thoughts on the movie. So this movie was written in 1991, and it was just
That's when I was born.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Damn, you young.
Yeah, boy.
It went on a little hiatus. It was kicked around, and then Fincher decided to do Seven first because Brad Pitt became available. So that was pretty cool. And then he eventually got around to it with Michael Douglas. But he had to rework the film. And
Who was the original lead?
I think it was Michael Douglas always.
Is there anyone you would rather see in this part?
Ooh, I think.
Oh my God, George Clooney.
Oh yeah, we could remake the game with
George Clooney.
That would be. I don't think it would be better than it is.
I think he would have made it funnier.
I would like to see a Japanese Jackie Chan version.
Oh, it could be a fun action movie.
Yeah.
I think Charlie Sheen's dad would have been a good Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Yep.
What about Ken Jeong?
Kim Jong Un.
No, Ken Jeong from
Oh, yeah,
Hangover.
the doctor?
Yeah.
I don't think he could do the part justice. So
It says here that
Bradley Cooper.
Oh yeah.
That would be good.
I love his face.
Like an old Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Who else has a Richie bitch face?
Terrence Howard.
You
want me to play a game for my birthday? Is this some kind of a birthday game?
Yo, Terrence Howard sounds moderately excited.
Patrick
right
Dempsey.
Oh, that would be a good one.
He's got a
Michael
rich
Douglas
face.
do talk like a snake, though.
Okay, what else?
And then final thoughts, you guys. This movie grossed 109 million worldwide, and it was released September 12th, 1997.
Oh, that's near my birthday. This movie also grossed me out with that transphobic scene. I did not appreciate it. And I think if Hillary was elected, I know she would have Michael Douglas.
Okay, Joel, you're a great ally. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Man, I've really been kind of too loose on this podcast.
Yeah, I'll cut out a little bit for you.
You should maybe cut out a lot bit.
Yeah. That's it. Just
That's it?
Yeah, give your piece and say your
I had
social
a lot of
media.
fun. I had a lot of fun walking in on this movie after I'd been working a hard day and you guys were here chilling. But it was so fun. And
Friend of the show. Shelby Dale.
And anyway, if you want to follow me on Twitter, yeah, don't friend me on Facebook, but if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Shabby Trailer.
Wonderful plug. All right, Joel.
Hey, what up, bitches? Thank you for listening to me. I really enjoy it. You can check me out on Twitter. I'm the Walkowski, and on Instagram, I'm the Joel Walkowski, and I do football picks. I gamble on the games. You can bet along with me. It's really fun.
Yeah. How are you doing this year?
I'm doing pretty bad.
Are you still on top?
I'm still up. Like I got like around $1,000 to play with, so it's fine. I start with 600, and then like I'm up a little bit, but
yeah. So Joel does picks, fun picks.
Yeah, I'm really just living the dream.
Yeah.
These days.
I think Shelby, once we get a little bit of money, we should start investing
Absolutely
in
not.
Joel's picks.
Nope.
Yeah, so let's start gambling.
Nope. We will do a real low yield bond or something. We will make things.
No, we need to double our money. But anyway, if you enjoyed this podcast, it's at 20-year-old movie everything. There's a blog, there's a Twitter, there's an Instagram,
And if you're listening to this all the way to the end, congratulations. I'm stunned.
Yeah.
We are very entertaining.
Leave us a 5-star review if you made it to the end and say Joel sent ya. Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys. Here's some outro music.
Oh, you want some game outro music? Thank you for doing that. That was